Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
Hey guys, this is Charlotte, and you're watching Going In Raw. Going In Raw. That sounds terrible.
What's up, it's your girl Sasha Banks, the legit boss, and you are watching Going In Raw. You like that?
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. We're also available on the Patreon at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. We have a variety of reward tiers over there. It's Friday. That means it's Ask Steve and Larson Day, Larson. That's right. We've got our award-winning Ask Stephen Larson bonus episode today. Or maybe tomorrow, depending on when I put it up. No, I'll do it today. It'll be up today. Anyways, you can get access to that in the Patreon at patreon.com/Stephen Larson. What are you doing over there? Stop being shady.
Just acted a fool.
You're Shaqtin'. That's what you're doing.
I'm Shaqtin', yeah.
You're Shaqtin'.
I'm Shaqtin'.
Shaq, part of the greatest team in history of basketball, Team 2000s.
No. What about Team 90s?
Branksy
Maybe
boy.
Shaq was on Team 90s, however he wasn't starting. He was on the bench.
On the Patreon, new patrons Branksy Boy and Dylan Turner. Thank you.
Thank you.
For your patronage. And thank you to Shaq for anchoring the greatest team in the history of the NBA, Team 2000s.
Yeah, being the sixth man on Team 90s.
Anyways, oh goodness gracious! You know that's if you're out there wondering what the genesis of this particular in-joke
This was NBA 2K all-decade teams, correct?
2K20 put out their I don't know when the game comes out.
Soonish, but here,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even like you say Team 2000s is best team.
Oh, ever.
They didn't even put the best point guard of the decade on the starting five.
He might be the best point guard ever. Steve Nash is special.
Steve Nash wasn't the best point guard ever, but he's one of the most fun point guards ever.
He's special.
Yeah,
that
totally
dude is special. I know, it's weird. But even without him, look, man, here's the thing. You can have Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal just side by side. They'll beat any five in the history of basketball. 2-on-5, and they would win.
No.
Absolutely.
Not at all.
Anyways, 2K. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still playing my 2K19, my career mode, with my Okada/Steve sort of combo. The Rainmaker himself, the Steve Maker. What I call him? Steve Thunder. Yeah.
No, isn't that? Oh, yeah. Wrestling.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's all the same.
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha.
Just Steve Thunder's my guy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Anyways, so where were we? It's Friday. So we've got a bunch
We're taking the day off. That's why we're not doing this live.
Yeah, we're not doing this live. We figured, hey, last weekend we had SummerSlam, and a couple weekends we've got All Out coming up.
We worked pretty much 11 days in a row. And then the week before that, we came in for Triple Mania.
And it's really not that big of a deal. But like I have to get caught up on shipping stuff, because even this week we had your wife's birthday thing yesterday, last night, which we will attend tonight.
Yes.
And
There's like some weird alternate timeline stuff going on right here.
And then my niece's 16th birthday dinner, which I did last night or 2 nights ago, depending on when you're watching this and when I'm saying it. So I didn't have time to ship out everything. So tomorrow I'm going to be shipping stuff, and then I want to get some writing done on some projects that we have.
I'm going to be putting fun wrestling together.
Oh, awesome.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. So
today.
Tomorrow, Saturday, or 2 days from now, depending on when I'm saying it and when you're listening to it. On Saturday, instead of a count out, we've got a bunch of 2K19 content.
Yeah,
Basically, it's road to the end of 2K19 for us.
Yes.
Last episode of W Steve W is going to be going up for free on the Patreon, but I'll have like a little video trailer reminder thing for it.
The series finale of We Book Raw, We Book SummerSlam, will be up first thing Saturday morning, and then your trailer will be up Saturday, as will the latest installment of Fun Wrestling, but that's on the road to its conclusion.
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
just a couple episodes left on that.
I'll probably do like 3 more.
Yeah. It grows in number every time.
No, it doesn't.
Great. Last time you're like, I probably have 1 more before the finale. Finale probably like a 2-parter, so it's like 3 episodes.
Yeah, so it still fits. It's the exact same. If you do the math,
okay.
1 + 2 is 3. I said 3 episodes.
You know, it's not my strong suit, man. I got an F. I got a 32% in calculus.
It's true. I got an A in calculus. So let's talk about this.
Today's news episode, by the way, is just so much non-news.
It's just a bunch of little things.
This first one is hilarious because I'm not even sure where it comes from. Why don't you tell us about it?
Okay, so the first bit of news. So Dolph has finally come around to doing something different with his character. For the last 5 years, it seems like he's been bitter wrestler.
When you say different, he's actually entertaining wrestler.
Yeah, and there's that aspect to it too. It's a different character, and this one's actually entertaining.
Yeah.
And now he's pretty much doing a bit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been pretty funny thus far. However, if bodyslam.net is to be believed, look at the cord, it's on the floor. Is to be believed, we won't be seeing it again, at least not anytime soon. This is what they said, quote, according to a source in WWE that I spoke with this past Monday, was supposed to be Dolph's last day with the company. I was told that there was a handshake deal in place between Vince and Dolph, and that Vince would let Dolph out of his deal following SummerSlam so that Ziggler could pursue his other projects.
Okay, stop right there just really quick. Sorry. Aren't, in this day and age, handshake deals just not deals? They're non-deals.
Yeah.
So they have a handshake agreement to do what now?
To let Dolph have his contract.
Okay, so continue, please. Then continue.
In this day and age, when
so he has a contract.
Yes.
And then they had a handshake agreement
to let him out of it.
Okay.
So he could go do his stand-up comedy stuff.
Okay.
On the Monday prior to Raw, Dolph approached Vince to thank him. This is still from Body Slam. However, it was then that Vince told Dolph that he could not let him out of his deal and that he would, quote, rather just pay him to stay home. So if this is to be believed, at first, Dolph had a deal in place, a handshake agreement with Vince, nothing in writing to let him have his deal, and that was supposed to be his actual last day with the company. Again, no paperwork, no contract, nothing written down.
So, but
Vince, he goes to Vince.
There is a contract, or there isn't a contract.
There is a contract which obligates Dolph to work a certain number of days for WWE. There is nothing in writing saying that Vince is going to free him from that deal.
Okay.
This is all based on this.
Okay.
On these two paragraphs. So Dolph comes in, which I presume was supposed to be his last day with the company, again, with no paperwork implying or stating explicitly that he was freed from his contract, to thank Vince for freeing him from his contract. And Vince goes, no, I can't free you from your contract. However, essentially, you don't have to come into work and I'll still pay you. But I know like wrestling 30 years ago was probably more of a handshake deal type business in this day and age, especially with the way the business is now with so many competing wrestling entities trying to sign as many wrestlers as they can. You want everything in writing.
Yeah, that's true.
So
can we just fast forward to the end of the story?
Oh, yeah. WrestleZone is reporting that Dave Meltzer responded to this rumor. And he said on the Wrestling Observer message boards, which is just funny to me that Dave Meltzer posts a message board.
Yeah, he does frequently, yeah.
That's pretty funny. And said the rumor was untrue.
Non-news.
I mean, when I read this, I was like, oh, that's interesting. But they just literally debuted this new... I hesitate to call it a repackage of Dolph because he's wearing the same stuff. He's got the same theme music. It looks the exact same.
Yeah.
But this new angle on his character...
Yeah.
Only for having to make 2 appearances and then disappear entirely?
Yeah.
Why would they bother doing that unless they have something else in mind? You know?
Yeah.
Save for the bad cage match he and Kofi had at Extreme Rules. In the ring, Dolph has been delivering. What he's been doing the last couple appearances has been relatively entertaining with the Holy Grail bit. So it just doesn't make sense that he would be on his way out now out of all times.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know one way or the other. I don't know how reliable this single source is according to bodyslam.net.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It said it's also no secret last thing Vince wants to do is lose any of his top superstars to another project like what happened with Moxley and AEW.
Totally. Now, and considering that just happened a matter of months ago, I would be hard pressed to believe that that Vince would say, "Sure," to anybody on his roster. Sure, I'll let you out of your deal.
Okay, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Dolph's other projects are like stand-up comedy.
I know, but in 2 years down the line, if he's, either gets the itch to wrestle again or the comedy thing's not doing too well.
Because his contract, does it preclude him from doing stand-up comedy?
Not that I'm aware of.
And what does he care then?
I know.
He's probably getting paid
as long as he can book his comedy shows around his wrestling obligations.
It says here, the situation is especially interesting because WWE has just advertised Dolph Ziggler in a triple threat match for the title that will take place in the first episode of SmackDown on Fox. However, it now appears as though Dolph is no longer being listed, and the previously mentioned title match has now been changed to a 6-man match. On Monday prior to the Raw, Dolph will thank him.
Wait,
Dolph was on TV this week.
Yeah, he was. He was on Raw.
But it says here that Vince said, I'd rather just pay him to stay home. Well, evidently he's not staying home.
No.
Because he was on TV.
I'm interested to see if he's doing any house shows this week, which will start today, Thursday.
Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So this smells fishy. Sounds like somebody was like in a different room and he might have overheard something. I'm telling you, man. That's why I'm telling you, guys like Sean Ross Sapp. I mean, I have no idea. Like, we've talked to him briefly. Yeah. Super pleasant guy.
Yeah.
And
seems super cool, man.
And all of his interview stuff is really good. And when he breaks news, I just get the feeling that dude has like a couple sources.
Yeah, he's diligent about.
Right.
My belief and understanding is that he's diligent about corroborating
the journalistic aspects of it.
Yeah. Instead of hearing chatter and then just reporting chatter without circling back around and trying to find other ways to confirm the news.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd take that one with 1 grain of salt.
Yeah.
That's my new sound effect.
I probably wouldn't even include it, much less at the first story, had it not for Meltzer or anybody that is a reasonably well trusted source commenting on it.
So this was in here to dispel it. Debunked.
As of now.
Debunked by Dave Meltzer.
As of now, but then if someone else, it's like if WrestleVotes or Sean Ross Sapp or someone at Wrestling Inc. has a story,
yeah,
and backs up what BodySlam.net has to say, then
then that's another point in the column for BodySlam.net.
Exactly.
I swear, man, we need to start up like a little show where we track all these pro wrestling journalism outlets.
Oh, their records?
Yeah, man. Best to worst. Guess who'd be on the worst list? Let's see here. Moving on.
This is great. This is my favorite story of the week.
Coincidentally, his initials are BS.
Yeah. I thought that. I wasn't going to say it, though. But I did think that.
Apropos.
Yes. So this is my absolute favorite story of the week.
This is great. This really should have been number
one. Do you have
one.
the clip? Did you clip this for the show?
Yeah. It's here.
Okay. So let's preface. So this is from Brian Alvarez. It sucks.
It sucks.
Apparently on a recent episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, and this is reported on by Wrestling Inc., Buddy's involvement in the whole who attacked Roman Reigns saga has been a complete accident.
Whoa.
Steve, you want to roll this footage that we have right now?
I'm going to roll this footage. This is great. You guys will get a kick out of this. This is from July 31st. It was the episode that we did on SmackDown Live where they started to investigate who attacked Roman. No, it was the actual episode.
This was our actual SmackDown recap
right,
following the first attack on Roman, yes.
Here we go. It's clearly, I think, Buddy Murphy.
Oh, it's totally Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
So Roman, at the very end, Roman walks towards screen left, and then screen right, you see someone kind of milling about, and it's totally Buddy Murphy.
It's clearly, I think, Buddy Murphy.
Oh, it's totally Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
So Roman, at the very end, Roman walks towards screen left, and then screen right, you see someone kind of milling about, and it's totally Buddy Murphy.
It's clearly, I think, Buddy Murphy.
Oh, it's totally Buddy Murphy.
Yeah.
So Roman, at the very end, Roman walks towards screen left, and then screen right, you see someone kind of milling about, and it's totally Buddy Murphy.
So there we are. We've confirmed that Buddy Murphy, in fact, does wear Buddy Murphy shirts when he doesn't realize he's going to be on camera.
You talk to any
That's
wrestler.
Great.
You talk to any wrestler, and they'll tell you when you show up for any wrestling show,
be ready.
Be prepared.
You got to be prepared. So
apparently, go ahead.
Apparently, Buddy Murphy was, in fact, simply milling about backstage, unaware of where the action was going to happen or where the cameras were going to be. But WWE decided to work Murphy into the story following online speculation about his involvement in the Angle. And now, of course, he's in the A story on SmackDown. He just had a star-making episode of SmackDown basically revolve around him. And he's in the King of the Ring tournament, Larson. This is great. As you say here in the notes, there's no question this is the most WWE thing
this
ever.
Kind of encapsulates the last at least 3 years of WWE approach to creative.
Yeah.
Which is, sure,
Happy accidents.
We'll try this.
Happy accidents. Oh, you see Buddy Murphy back there? Ooh,
people are talking.
And then the great thing is they tried to fabricate this to the next level when they had another angle of Rowan walking after the big accident.
Yeah, the first one,
through the shot. So this is absolutely great. Buddy Murphy, nothing to do, milling about, now a big star. We'll probably get a big pay raise.
Right place, right time, man.
Right, he's a Robert Horry.
I'll say that, man. I'll say this. Creative, seemingly in a matter of a week, came with a relatively compelling storyline and a good character for Buddy Murphy that highlights his strength, doesn't demand a whole lot of talking from him, and he's in an opportunity where he can develop a character with like an economy of language, which doesn't happen very often in pro wrestling. Usually the way they establish a character is put him in the ring with a mic and let him talk for 5 minutes. Buddy, you know exactly who Buddy Murphy is right now, and he said a handful of words. He's fine on the mic, but it's like his real strength is in the ring. And I actually prefer when characters can be developed without those 5 to 10 minute promos.
Yeah, it's also fortuitous that weeks prior when Shane had his town hall meeting, Buddy Murphy's one of the few people who stepped up and said, I don't care about water, blah, blah, blah. He said his piece. So that sort of was, again, an inadvertent bit of foreshadowing. We're going to see more of this guy. I mean, look, we've heard shoot interview after shoot interview after shoot interview. There have been tons of happy accidents throughout the history of wrestling, WCW and WWE, and things just come together. They just end up working. In this case, Buddy Murphy, I can't think of anybody more deserving than this lucky chance opportunity that he was presented.
I especially enjoyed Buddy when he was getting interrogated by Rowan and Daniel Bryan when Daniel Bryan was basically yelling into his ear to admit that he lied. And just the way Buddy delivered that one smirk and trying to get up, it spoke so much about who his character is. Didn't have to say a word.
Him and like I've also said this about Drew McIntyre. Everything they do, every single movement, every single facial,
every gesture, everything
matters.
Is informed by who their character is. Totally. And Drew's another guy that he doesn't have to say a word. You know exactly who he is.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And those are generally my favorite characters.
But that is great. That's hilarious. That's absolutely hilarious.
Hell yeah, man. That's fantastic. Complete accident.
Yeah.
It's all a complete accident.
And it's a funny thing is, if I recall correctly, when they go back there and you see Roman and he goes off, Buddy Murphy kind of just sort of looks back because he legitimately was like, oh, crap, is there a scene over here?
I know, because Roman's walking through the scene and veers off screen left. In screen right, you see Buddy. He kind of does... Looks like he kind of is looking around.
He's probably looking for his phone charger or something.
Yeah, looking for catering. Who knows? Trying to find the exit so he can hop on his car and drive 300 miles or 200 miles after not wrestling again.
Right, making sure not to run into his ex because it's probably awkward. Oh, where's Alexa? Oh, not over there. That's good. I'm going to go sit in that corner. Anyways.
I got Connect 4 on my phone.
Connect 4 on my phone? Oh, I got to sign in a game center. Anyways, let's talk about other... I have no segue.
No segue? Okay, fine. We'll just barrel on through. So AJ Styles is on WWE Now. You ever watch that?
What the hell is that?
I don't know. Kathy Kelly hosts it. And somehow the topic of Shawn Michaels and AJ Styles having a dream match came about. Transcript for this are from Fightful. That's what AJ had to say. Quote, I would have loved the opportunity of... Oh, you want to do this as AJ?
Yeah, sure. Why not? I would have loved the opportunity of gotten in the ring with him. I'm not sure what it is about Shawn. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I would have loved the opportunity to have gotten in the ring with him. I'm not sure what it is about Shawn and I that people see as like, oh, wow, these guys are one and the same. I would like to think that there are so many great matches by Shawn, and hopefully there are a lot of great matches that you see in me, and that's the comparison. That we're able to put on a show no matter who is in the ring with us. It's certainly a compliment. I asked Shawn about a match, and he said, nope, that's on Shawn, guys. I can't do anything about that. I would love the opportunity to do that match, but I get where he's coming from, too. It's one of those things where if you say you're going to retire, now granted, he had a match after his retirement, one match, and that was for big, big money.
Yeah.
I inserted that myself. But I understand not really wanting to do it. When I retire, I want to stay retired, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it totally makes sense. And that is, to AJ, if you're watching this show, which I'm positive you are, because why wouldn't you be? That is the comparison. Anybody you put in the ring with Shawn Michaels, chances are you're going to get a stellar match.
Get a captivating match, yeah.
Or a highly cartoonishly entertaining one like Hulk Hogan.
Yes.
Same with AJ Styles. He could bring a sack of crap to an amazing match.
Yeah.
And that's the comparison right there.
Exactly.
And that's a very good comparison.
It's good company to be in.
It really is.
I had a point to make, too. Oh, it's still got to be somewhat heartbreaking for AJ to even maybe somewhat tongue-in-cheek or in jest say to Shawn, we should have a match. And HBK to decline. And he's quick to preface or to add that HBK was seemingly, to a certain extent, had his hand forced, it seems, by a huge paycheck to do Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
And it seems I won't use the word regret exactly, but it seems like Shawn Michaels didn't exactly enjoy the experience or relish it, or want to revisit it anytime soon.
Yeah, no, he seemed very happy in the picture of him backstage at Gorilla Position with Triple H there at Takeover.
Yeah,
which is fun to see.
Yeah,
I love seeing that kind of stuff. If you guys get a chance on WWE.com, they've got a bunch of those behind the scenes, black and white, very dramatic and very cool pictures from Takeover, and they're just a lot of fun. That's where we got the Kevin Owens, Adam Cole one from the other day.
That one's the best. That's the absolute best.
That is absolutely the best, because who exactly would you allow to put their hand on your cheek? Only the closest of closest friends will allow somebody to do that.
It's always great to hear in interviews or those two speak so highly of each other.
Oh, my God.
And Adam Cole just did one a while ago and said that Kevin Owens more or less took him under his wing when he came into Ring of Honor, kind of showed him the ropes. Mm-hmm. So that's really cool.
I know. No, it's absolutely great. So anyways, would you get excited? I know that there's always the, oh, man, HBK probably don't want to do it. But if HBK was like, man, I really want to give it one more go.
If for the Crown Jewel show, I was not really into it because I didn't really want to see for guys who are super old wrestle.
Yeah.
In the case of Shawn Michaels, someone who'd been out of the ring for 15 years, 10 years, something like that. But if it was a situation where you could tell that he was very excited about it, he thought he could perform at a level that was not the same as it was then, but enough so he would be satisfied with it. And it was in a situation where he can put AJ's not young, but a current roster member in a position to get over. Mm-hmm. If all that were the case, I would be more excited about it.
I would be very interested to see what kind of, from a ring psychology standpoint, what kind of match. Because here's the thing: when you go to Crown Jewel and you have a sideshow attraction match, that's one thing. But if you're in there with another guy who's like a great storyteller, mm-hmm. and you want to work within the limits, not to replicate what you used to be able to do, but to bring something new that you can only experience through a couple things, through time, experience, and coaching at the Performance Center. Mm-hmm. What new things you could learn from the kids. Mm-hmm. I would be interested in seeing that kind of match, because HBK obviously is in tremendous shape. I wouldn't want to see the kind of match where he's jumping off the top turnbuckle and like flying to the floor. I don't want to see any of that stuff. I think I would be interested in a match that's stripped down, slowed down, but still compelling. I think that he could tell that match, and that's something that I would love to see if he was interested, if it was presented,
Yeah.
I think
part of
I think they'd work it smart like
the performance aspect of Shawn Michaels. I'm not saying necessarily he's do the moonsault off the top or up to the floor, but is doing some of the more athletic moves. And you take that away from Shawn Michaels, and he might feel that if I can't do that kind of stuff, I can't perform the level that I want to do.
That's very possible. It's very possible. If he didn't feel that way, if he came around to thinking, man, I've come up with some really good ideas that physically I could totally pull off and I think would be compelling, I'm into that match.
It could be. Maybe it depends if he could find the balance between coming up with that type of match and still being true to who and what Shawn Michaels and Heartbreak Kid was.
Yeah, man, absolutely.
It's finding that middle ground. I think that would have to be the key. Anyway, it doesn't sound like it's going to happen because it sounds like Shawn Michaels is done wrestling.
Yeah, it's a big old nope.
It's a huge no.
Yeah, this episode's full
whether
of
it's
stuff
whether it's
really.
AJ Styles or anybody else. Here's another bit of almost non-news. Sports Illustrated is reporting that quote Jon Moxley's current deal with New Japan is said to run through Tokyo Dome show on January 4th.
Yeah.
So I'm actually kind of somewhat surprised it's going that long. I figured it might have been till whenever King of Pro Wrestling is in October, because I would think that once AEW's TV is running full speed, then that would be his primary commitment.
I
Maybe
think it probably still is. I mean,
probably still is.
He's been very open about the fact. He said, "Yeah, no, my AEW deal, I can wrestle wherever I want as long as it's not North America and on TV or whatever it is." So, yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily surprised that it didn't end sooner, just because he's been so open about the fact that they're, the AEW deal gives them lots of freedom. New Japan, obviously they're going to have their demands if they're going to have like a U.S. champion run around or a name as big as Moxley. They don't want just to show up here and there. I'm sure he wouldn't want to do that. Anyways, he's a big deal. So yeah, it is kind of surprising. There's a little bit of overlap there, but he's also been very, like, All Elite Wrestling. They seem to understand the benefit also of having their people out and about. I mean, yeah, things might change once TV kicks into effect, but even when that happens, they're still going to want to be building their brand and getting exposure. And one of the best ways to do it are these talent exchanges, where they have these guys out there doing things in AAA or New Japan or what have you.
Yeah.
Or even on the larger indie circuit. I mean, I know from what I understand, the PWG stuff is probably going to be done with.
Well, by all indications, once TV starts and these full-time AEW deals kick in, that's why you got Janela saying goodbye to the indies. Except for some of his game changer wrestling stuff, he's still going to be able to put on like the spring breaks and stuff like that. But even the Young Bucks, the House of Glory show is their last indie dates.
And given that they have said that they want to help the wrestlers preserve their bodies, take better care of themselves, and work, like the house show circuit, which is going to be a lot more pared down than what the WWE does. Yeah. They're obviously not going to want their guys, okay, well, we're doing 3 shows a week. Now go out and, for 2 more days a week, work these indie shows, especially if they're doing stuff like Janela versus David Starr, which is like, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes all the sense in the world that they're not going to want that too much.
No. So who's Mox taking on at Tokyo Dome? Who's going to face wrestling? It's going to be Juice Robinson, right?
God, no, why do you keep going to Juice?
Because Juice is getting that U.S. title back, man.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because that seems to be the obvious story they're telling.
Where do you get that from?
Just following the product on a very casual level that I do.
What have they? What's
so Mox beat Juice for it.
Yeah, sure.
And then Juice beat Mox in the G1.
Okay.
So it would just stand to reason to me, since they need a rubber match, the rubber match would happen. It would be for the U.S. title.
Oh,
and then terrible. Juice would win it.
Yeah, I don't know. They need to go somewhere else with that. I'm not huge on that. Maybe just loaning the title out to Moxley from Juice, and Juice gets it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, not into that.
Well, it's good for Juice to get a couple wins over Mox.
Yeah, not into it. I don't like it. I want somebody else.
Well, that's what it's going to be. So.
Oh, you have insight.
I don't have any inside information, and just based on what's presented in front of me, it seems like it was what it's going to be. So.
I don't know, man. New Japan's good at throwing curveballs, though.
I'm not.
Who did you predict for the G1?
I think I said either Naito or Ibushi. The very beginning.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be. That'd be cool if it was Shooter.
They might do. There's a decent chance that they're going to do Juice and Mox. It'll be a King of Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And then save like a huge marquee match for Mox
I feel like
Wrestle
Mox
Kingdom.
needs like a bigger name. Like Juice is just not
entirely possible.
It's not impressive.
But I would have thought maybe it was Naito, because didn't Moxley beat Naito in the G1? Yeah. But then it seems like
Yano needs to be Yano.
Naito is going to be might be either Naito and Ibushi if Ibushi's going to go for both titles, or Naito and Jay White.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do that Ibushi thing with Naito.
That'd be cool.
Ibushi over 2 nights.
That'd be cool.
That'd be rad.
I just don't know who else there'd be for Mox, because Okada's got his match. Naito's going to have a match with either Ibushi or Jay White. I just don't know.
I don't know. There's all sorts of names out there, though.
Unless they do Mox and Minoru Suzuki.
Yeah, they could. Who's they could do Mox Ishii again. They had a killer match at the G1, and Mox won there. Have Ishii pick up the U.S. title. That'd be cool.
Especially if Ishii drops the never openweight title to Kenta at Royal Quest.
Yeah.
See how it all plays out, man.
Yeah.
See how it all plays out.
Anyways, you want some solid...
Let's save the best, most entertaining story for last.
This is some solid financial advice we're about to give you people.
Here, let me get my stock app out here. And
the Robinhood, you still got that on your app from our days? Okay, good. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Juicy tip.
Go ahead.
WWE stock, buy.
Bought.
Buy all of it. Not goodbye. Buy it.
I did buy all of it.
So
you're going to buy me lunch for a while until this all pans out, okay?
Oh, no. So
back on the spinach diet.
This is from... Oh, not that again. I thought we were over with that.
Thought so, too.
Here we go. Yahoo.com's finance department.
You're still getting your news from Yahoo?
It keeps on defaulting my stupid search engine to Yahoo. I keep on removing it from the list of possible search engines.
Don't lie to me. Yahoo was one of your two primary news sources.
See, the problem is you can remove it all you want, but if you go back to Yahoo on your own manually, it'll just re-up your search engine. So, yes, I have been going there. Now, I get bored, and I'm like, honestly, I have no idea why. I get nothing. I get no good news there whatsoever. I get nothing of value there
got this.
whatsoever. But I did get this. So, yeah. This is according to finance.yahoo.com. World Wrestling Entertainment stock has fallen on some hard times of late, but the company's best days could be just ahead, according to Guggenheim analysts. They say Guggenheim analyst Curry Baker said this in a note to clients. Buy-rated WWE is our best idea into the remainder of 2019.
Wow, $100 price
They
target.
are out of good ideas over there at Guggenheim. He says, the Curry Baker there has a $100 price target on the stock. It's currently at like $68.95. I think it peaked at like $69.09 today. Nice. Some in the industry have been skeptical and blamed WWE's lackluster TV product as the reason for the drop in attendance. But now the company's roster is at near full strength, which it kind of always was, and live show attendance is starting to pick back up.
Tell you what, man, one of my favorite things is people writing about pro wrestling that has no idea what pro wrestling is.
I know, it's great. The cool thing is, so when I watched a video on Yahoo's finance website too, and there was a dude who clearly was a WWE nerd. He was name dropping all the wrestling. Ooh. He knew his stuff. Plus, he was a stock market analyst, and I was thinking to myself, wait a second. Is this guy just saying this because he thinks it's going to get better? Like, I didn't know if there was a conflict of interest there.
Oh, like he was a fan and wanted the product to get better and was therefore saying buy.
Well, I think it was more like he feels like WWE creative is going to get better because of the competition.
Gotcha.
But that was only an analyst for Yahoo, not this Guggenheim thing, which is probably a big deal. My sister would probably know it. I'm going to text my sister. She's a bigwig in the financial sector. I should really have her on the show and be like, Monica, is this a buy or sell?
Yeah, we should. I'll continue.
Yeah, please do.
Baker, this is all from Yahoo. Quote, Baker and Guggenheim remain bullish on WWE and see positive catalysts on the horizon for the company. The firm points to WWE's massive new U.S. TV deals with Fox and Comcast-owned NBC Universal, as well as expansion of WWE TV deals overseas in India as a reason for optimism. This is another quote from the article. India is WWE's number one market in terms of content consumption and audience size, with sports viewership trailing only cricket. Curry wrote. That's what a dude said on the video, and that was, I don't think that dude's name was Curry Baker though. I remember hearing that a lot. I think Meltzer mentions all the time that a lot of the YouTube numbers come from India. Yeah. So, yeah, there you go. So yeah, buy. 49% upside to Baker's $100. It was around $100 when it was at its peak. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it sunk down to around $69, $70. I mean, if you want to make a quick buck, it's possible. Stranger things. Oh, here we go.
From my sister.
All right, what do we got?
I just said, what is Guggenheim? She said the museum.
Yeah, that's the museum.
No, the stock thing.
This is going to go absolutely nowhere.
Hold on. I'm talking about...
It was like you're asking about more information about Genesis. Computer, tell me about Genesis. My goodness.
I said, no, the stock thing. We're filming now and talking about a WWE stock price story. Guggenheim said bye. Let's see what she has. It says red. Oh, she just said lol, which I'm pretty sure is just her way of saying you're an idiot. Are you bothering me about this right now?
She's probably sitting at work dealing with all sorts of...
Well, she works at home. She's sitting probably in her living room on her laptop.
Hey, man, that can be stressful, too.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah, she is constantly stressed out about this stuff. It's horrible. She makes a ton of money, though. It's awesome.
Let's answer some questions, Steve.
Oh, yeah, let's do that then.
Liam Wagner asked, should The Fiend come out with a headlamp, I think he means lantern, of all his past opponents, meaning his next feud, he will come out with Finn's head as a lantern.
Sorry, I'm watching this Millie McKenzie
Oh, that's
video.
great.
She's the best.
She's pretty damn funny.
Oh, shit. Monica says, I don't know anything about them. Millie McKenzie is so great. Look at this. What is she doing?
It's dancing.
She's crazy. Anyways, what's that question? I'm sorry.
Should The Fiend come out with a lantern of Finn's head next since he just vanquished him?
Why do people keep on saying that?
It's not the first time I've heard
Who's that? Who said that?
Liam Wagner.
Doesn't he keep on saying that?
Maybe. He thinks it's a great idea.
Ooh, this is a good one. Mikey on the Moon. Which WWE title needs a new design?
U.S.
Yeah. I've never liked the general shape of the front plate. It's too pointy at the bottom.
It's pointy at the bottom. This kind of an area where you don't want a whole lot of pointy things either.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You don't want that
like
down.
It's resting on your front area and you move wrong, stab.
That could hurt your
front area. Your front area biz.
It's not going to be the fun zone anymore. It's going to be the unzone.
It'll be the pain zone. The wrestle dude. Who would win a King of the Ring tournament of all the past winners?
Okay.
Stone Cold now at this point.
Here we go. Let's see.
He's the most popular King of the Ring winner ever.
Yeah, I know, but they're also going to job him out on regular TV to Brock Lesnar, another King of the Ring winner. Past King of the Ring winners.
I'm just thinking of everybody at their peak.
I'm thinking everybody now.
Oh, everybody now?
Yeah.
Let's say Brock then.
Okay, here we go. Okay, no, okay. So everybody at their peak. Everybody at their peak. I mean, Stone Cold, yeah, he was like definitely the highest power rated guy.
Yeah.
There's Brock also. Brock at his peak, you don't think is as strong as Stone Cold at his peak? I don't know, man. That's questionable.
Well, that'd be the finals.
Mabel. King Mabel.
Ken Shamrock.
In shoot fights, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy Savage. He was pretty strong at his peak.
He was.
At his peak, he was pretty strong.
He was.
Harley Race, Randy Savage, Ted DiBiase. He was the $1 Million Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bret Hart won it twice.
Well, you know.
Well, so, okay, here's the thing, though. So Bret Hart is then double powered.
True.
Doesn't he then?
He's the only person to win it twice, I believe, yes?
Yeah, looks like it. So doesn't then Bret Hart
he's the only two-time King of the Ring, so I guess Bret's it.
He's double powered. It's like whoever you get in there with, you have to face two Bret Harts.
Yeah, essentially two Bret Harts, yes. The Raw Observer, should the NWA partner with All Elite Wrestling?
Sure, why not?
It'd be good for them. I don't know what All Elite...
Yeah, so if the question is, should they? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, of course they should. Now, the other question is, should AEW team up with...
No, they get nothing out of it. They tried to sign Nick Aldis.
They tried to get... Well, if they wanted Nick Aldis, that's a way to get him.
Yeah. But then you have to deal with everything else NWA. I don't know if they want that.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with the NWA?
Nothing.
What is wrong with it?
I wasn't trying to be disparaging.
You just were. They'd have to deal with everything else. What is everything else?
Well, they have to deal with Billy Corgan trying to do... And from a creative standpoint, they'd have to... Any program involving NWA talents, it wouldn't just be up to the Young Bucks, Cody, and Kenny Omega. They have to run it by Billy Corgan. Everybody else is part of the NWA Brain Trust. They probably don't want to deal with that.
I think the bigger thing is like... what does it really do for them?
Not as much as it would do for the NWA.
There you go. Billy Corgan. Are you kidding me? He would do anything. He'd be like, whatever you guys want to do. I'll job Nick Aldis out to Orange Cassidy. I don't care as long as we get to be part of your TV show for a day.
Maybe you don't know that though.
I do know that. I got Smashing Pumpkins on my phone right here. I'll text him. Oh wait, never mind.
Isn't James Storm the national champion now?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
What
do you have with James Storm? What is your beef with James Storm?
I don't have a beef with him.
Wow.
Well, I have to be a fan of everybody?
I'm going to text James Storm right now and tell me something.
Go ahead.
Hey.
Go ahead. Text him.
James, have you
I know you have a wrestler phone number in your phone. I know it's not that one, though.
That's never not funny.
I know. I'm not talking trash about James Storm. It's just isn't exactly my cup of tea.
I know, man, but
he's totally fine. Just not for me.
Giving you light profanity just is
I know you like giving me light profanity.
Thing. It's my favorite.
Lord Ziffer, if you could take brands out of it, would you rather see Buddy Murphy beat AJ for the U.S. title or Nakamura for the Intercontinental title? And what would be a better match? Better match would be AJ and Buddy. That being said, give me Nakamura and Buddy.
I mean, if they're allowed to do a lot of cool stuff, Nakamura and Buddy, AJ Buddy, boy, yeah, I don't know. That's a great problem to have. I'd love that.
Yep. Eddie Diltz. Who would benefit the most from winning King of the Ring? We have this question. Well, we kind of have a similar question on Matt Chat this week. Who would be the most fun winner of King of the Ring?
Go ahead.
Well, they got to watch Matt Chat.
It's a tease.
They have to watch Matt Chat. Who I think would be the most fun King of the Ring.
On the other hand, who would look best in a felt cape and a crown?
Honestly, that does nothing for anybody.
And a throne.
It does nothing for anybody.
Who would look best?
To be in that.
Just say it.
Ridiculous.
Who would look best? You know who it is. Oh, how dare you. You see, this is your problem. You don't keep it real.
Elias.
This is why James Storm doesn't like you.
Elias,
get out of here with that.
Well, who do you think it is?
It's Drew McIntyre.
Oh, gosh, unless it's an Iron Throne and he's got a jacked up Game of Thrones looking crown.
Yeah, man. Nah, even if it's like a little Burger King.
No, that's
like
paper. He's gonna look so ridiculous in that. Get out of here. That's gonna like take all of his.
You know what would be cool
and machismo out.
If and when he does win that, if they try to do that and he just shoves it aside.
Yeah, he's got to break that.
It's like, I don't want all this crap.
Cue the Limp Bizkit, break stuff.
You want him to come out to Limp Bizkit?
No, just for the instance.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because he's going to look ridiculous. He's this huge, like, massive dude, and they give him a cape and a cheesy crown. Get out of here with that.
Oh, man.
It's going to be awful unless he breaks it. He should take the crown, stomp on it, urinate on the cape.
Micturate in front of everybody?
Yes.
Really?
Full hog.
Drew Macturate, full hog?
Yes, full hog. That's the only way I'd be cool with them producing a crown and a cape for Drew.
If he pee-pees on it?
If he just says, I don't need this.
If he squats down and light profanities on it?
I'm Drew McIntyre. I don't need this. Yes.
He's like, I had 5 impossible whoppers earlier. Gary Mark Pickren II. If your significant other supports your wrestling addiction and puts up with all the wrestling on TV, should you listen to entrance themes on road trips or let them have a few moments of no wrestling? Obviously, let them have as much non-wrestling as they want. What the heck, Gary? What are you talking about?
Planet Chuck, how can WWE get the Fiend so right and almost everything else so wrong? Because Bray Wyatt is...
Oh, they get plenty right, Chuck.
Bray Wyatt's in control of the Fiend stuff, or at least has a heavy hand in it, so that's probably why.
Yeah, plenty. They get this Roman stuff. Absolutely correct. They got that Buddy Murphy stuff.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with the Buddy stuff. Dalton, what has been the best feud of 2019 so far?
Roman Reigns versus Mystery Attacker, man.
Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
That's a great one.
Mox and Yano, because losing the Yano led to a massive losing streak for Mox.
That's a good one, yeah, absolutely. Candice and Io so far.
Yeah, that's been really good. That's been really good.
All based on the fact that Io really doesn't like people.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't want friends. Leave me alone.
I know.
Back up, son.
I know. You got to say Adam Cole and Johnny Gargano.
Oh, for sure. That's a great one. Aleister Black and people knocking on his door.
Yes.
This is a good one. Ryan Haft. This is a good question. If you could change the theme songs for Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and 205 Live to anything, what would you choose?
Well, Raw would be the ODB song. Oh, baby, I like it raw.
kind of have a negative connotation with that now.
Oh yeah. Damn it! Sorry, bring that up.
So, you literally brought up the song.
Well, not that.
That's the only thing. I don't know if I've ever actually heard the ODB version. No. I've only heard the old Going In Raw intro version. So NXT, I would keep the same. I would keep it the way it is.
Yeah, I guess it's all right. Actually, I don't mind the 205 Live theme either.
Oh, I like it. It's wonderfully cheesy. And I love that they always play the intro.
It's really the SmackDown song I don't like.
Which one? I was like,
did it over again and something right now.
I don't even know what the Raw one is.
Yeah.
So
apparently it's Papa Roach.
Because it's Papa Roach, I'm going to say they do the one that I know, Last Resort.
Yeah. All right.
Cut my life into pieces.
I think everybody's familiar with that, yes.
It's Paul Ryan's favorite song.
God.
Suffocation or Rage, something like that.
Yeah, it was Rage Against the Machine, wasn't it? Like
I think he was a big fan of that, but then I think people, like a group of people...
Was this the same interview where he was working out with his head on backwards?
His own H face. He came out of like the Capitol building one day and got into a car and was listening to Last Resort. Like people overheard it. This is my last resort.
Dude's really trying, huh?
What would you replace the SmackDown theme with? You're the music aficionado. I would replace it with TV Party from Black Flag.
Good.
TV Party Night.
And change all the TV references in the song to more current one.
Monday Night Raw. SmackDown. NXT.
Curb Your Enthusiasm.
I was just staying within the WWE.
Handmaid's Tale.
Star Wars.
The Mandalorian.
The Mandalorian. Disney Plus streaming service. Oh, I love this question.
Triple T says, "Hear me out. The motivation behind what? No,
I read this.
Oh yeah,
I'm not a fan of that. Sorry, Triple T. I love you, man. I love your ideas usually, but that's kind of dark.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he's hearing us. That's kind of dark.
Yeah, that might be a bit much. Adam G. Bow, what are your favorite sites and wrestling podcasts you like to view, listen to?
So we listen to a lot of the Pritchard podcasts.
Yeah, something to wrestle.
That's good.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
I've listened to it. Stone Cold's pretty good. Oh, I didn't tell you the other day. I was driving around. I think I was driving back from home to here yesterday, and there was a Talk Is Jericho ad that played on one of the local classic rock stations.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Wow. What, 92.5?
104.
Oh wow. I didn't even know 104 was a classic.
Well, 92.5. That's the easy listening station. That's a soft rock station.
It's all classic though.
No.
Right.
Soft rock is way different than classic rock.
Well, no, they do, but they play a lot of current stuff too.
92.5?
Relatively current.
No. Well, yeah, I guess
the
so.
Shit they do. I just heard some Sam Smith on there.
Yeah, that's right. They do.
Some Rihanna.
Sorry,
yeah.
I apologize. I like it when they play the Feel Good Hits?
Yeah, but by and large, that's
like Air Supply.
By and large, you can consider that stuff classic. I understand there's a difference between classic rock and soft rock.
Yeah.
But it's all classic beyond the newer stuff they play.
Favorite sites? Fightful.
Fightful Select. Pro Wrestling Sheet has good stuff.
Wrestling Inc.'s pretty good.
Wrestling Inc.'s good. PW Insider's good. Mike Johnson's good.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, we're both subscribers to the Wrestling Observer newsletter. As much crap as we like to give Dave Meltzer and Brian Alvarez, Dave Meltzer is my I think the most important role for me Dave Meltzer plays is wrestling historian.
Yeah.
He's really terrific.
Yeah, that's the most kind of important role I feel like he kind of fulfills at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, his match ratings, whatever, especially this past edition.
Yeah.
Justin Warren, since Steve W and Fun Wrestling kind of got back-burnered this year, when 2K20 comes out, will there not be Fun or W Steve W? We're gonna do.
You think it was back-burnered this year? Just wait until 2K20.
Actually, I think we were, for the most part, way more diligent in adhering to a schedule with this go around at WCW and Fun Wrestling than we were the first time.
Oh, you think so?
We skipped weeks just intermittently all the time.
That's true.
Whereas I think until you went on vacation, we were pretty much weekly shows.
Yeah, more or less.
I think with the first time around, we burned ourselves out because we started doing 2 a week.
Yeah, that's true, too.
It was too much.
That was way too much. Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So there will still be a Fun Wrestling and WCW. It will not be presented in the weekly format that it is currently, or that it has been currently this year for the most part. And that's for a couple reasons. Number one, just from a business standpoint, it doesn't perform particularly well. We have it has its audience, but it's business-wise, it's just we put a lot of time into it.
Yeah. And
for it to pay off as little as it does when we could be working on other things that pay off a lot more, and grow the channel. I mean, right now, to give you a peek behind the curtains, a lot of people have noted this. We are having a hell of a time building up our subscriber base here on YouTube. And when we build our subscriber base here on YouTube, it expands to our audio podcast as well.
Yep.
And all that brings us money and enables us to do the show. So we need to be focusing on stuff that will produce those results. That'll help grow the channel. And so
what we're going to do, we'll probably do monthly specials that'll kind of incorporate kind of everything we've done in 2K19. You'll see tournaments, you'll see one-offs, you'll see how we used to handle the H title, which is whoever's champ stays champ until one of us created someone that can beat them.
I like the idea of here's what I like the idea of incentivizing people to create characters that are well thought out and competitive. So whenever you're creating a character for WCW or Fun Wrestling to be drafted, the goal will be you need to make sure this character can compete.
Yeah.
Because they might very well have one shot to impress, and if they lose a match, you won't see them again unless they're hilarious and we bring them back for a tournament or something.
Yeah. But then we won't just strictly do original created characters. We'll do repackaging of WWE people as well.
Sure, yeah.
It'll be kind of more of an all-encompassing thing. It'll be monthly, probably. We'll do a longer block of streaming just once a month.
I wouldn't mind doing like some sort of episode with some cutscenes that sets it up. You know, I mean, we haven't really talked about that at all. But if we do, as you're kind of hinting at, conglomerating the universes into one mega universe.
Yeah, there might be a tease of that coming up soon.
I know that could be and that could be a lot of fun. So yeah, we're still gonna do stuff with it. It's just gonna be like one-off monthly things that just fit better as one little package.
Yeah.
All right, that's it.
That's it.
Anyways, thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.
Be a part of Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Starting at $1 a month, you can enjoy Going In Raw ad-free, gain access to the daily 30-minute Going In Raw post-show, exclusive merchandise, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today. Click the link in the description.